What did his brother say to him?
He was like,
And
"Don't
like,
forget that I'm here. Like, even though
his
they're
brother
all
gonna
living
die.
their lives, I'm here
His
for
brother
you, and
gonna
I'm
die.
always gonna be here for you."
Yeah, his brother's gonna die.
His brother gonna die.
His brother's gonna die. Nancy will die trying to save him.
I don't think
Steve
Nancy's
will
gonna
live.
die.
Steve's living.
Bro, yo, there
I
is
think
like
Nancy and Steve are gonna get back together.
Oh,
I think that's gonna give more reason for Jonathan to die because it's like, all right, well, she's back with him. I gotta
Okay,
sacrifice
How
myself
about
for my
this?
little
How about
brother.
can we all agree either Steve or Jonathan will definitely die?
I think it's
next
gonna be
season?
Jonathan for sure.
Steve's gotta die, bro.
All right, I agree. I
Out
agree to
of
disagree.
everybody in the whole goddamn series, he
One
has
of those
had
two are dying. I agree.
he has had the biggest like arc out of everybody, the most predominant. Like you can see the fucking shit. The fact that he came
He's
from,
grown.
he's grown out of everybody. He was a bully in high school,
Yep.
got his ass whooped all constantly on a daily basis on season 1. Like he constantly had a black eye and stuff like that. And season 2, same shit happened. Then he started hanging out with Dustin in season 3.
And his life started changing
Started changing.
because Dustin's
Oh
got
no,
a
he
bit
started
of a-
hanging out with Dustin in season 2, and then in season 3 he started hanging out with Dustin some more. That's when he was like, "Why am I all the babysitter?"
Well, him and April, I think her name
yeah,
is, right?
he was like, "Why am I always the babysitter and shit like that?" Then you saw Sheen that he was a better. He became a better person by hanging out with Dustin and shit like that.
He stayed safe.
Yeah, and then in season 4, which just passed,
He didn't go with Dustin.
yeah, like this dude's
He
supposed to
went
be
on
the
a
coolest
fucking
guy.
hero crusade with Nancy
Yeah.
and April,
He was the coolest guy.
and got wrapped up in some fucking
Working
tentacles.
at,
like a bunch of
uh,
suckers, man.
What Blockbuster or whatever. He's working at Blockbuster, being the coolest guy. All the women want to date him, but
It's
he's
better
like,
than
nah.
the ice cream shop.
Yeah, he was just like, nah. He's not dating these women because they don't spark his interest and shit like that. He ends up having a chance to get back with the chick that really sparked his interest, but then rather than trying to get back with her, he realized that, you know what, I want a chick like you, not you.
But
because
you know what
you're
we're
taking
not
shit."
thinking about? What if it's Will? What if it's actually Will? If you think about it, he has nothing to live for. He's had a sad life.
You talking about?
Like
Die?
he ends up dying. Yeah, he ends up dying. Like
What if
fuck
nobody
it.
dies? What if nobody dies?
He's like, bro, I've lived this haunted life this whole entire time. You guys are all living your life, so it'll be me. I'll sacrifice myself. Like there's nothing for me to live for.
other than a
Well,
sacrifice.
that'd be
Yeah.
good for it. That'd be good for him. I can see that for him. I can see that for him.
Like he could finally man up and do something. You know,
Yeah.
like he can.
That's the only way he feels like he's going to contribute. Oh, fucking horrible. That's true though. It's
Now-
probably, that's a bit of a truth though. I mean, like,
This question is for Pat. What do you think about that flavored pizza, the jalapeno and pineapple?
I thought it was just
Good
pineapple.
company. No, it was also jalapeno.
I'm cool with that.
I could do that and throw a little banana peppers in there.
I'm down with that.
I think we should try it after the podcast because I'm fucking starving.
I'm
Yeah.
down with it.
That is pretty good. That
sounds
sounds
good.
like a fucking
I'll
plan.
try that.
But
That's different.
What else? So the boys. You say you did watch it or you haven't watched this season?
I haven't watched this season yet. No, I have not finished it.
it's a good you got a good
No, you can
hunk-
go and spoil. I don't give a fuck.
you got a good hunk
It's
of stuff
fine.
to go through, man.
You know, like the main thing that I was always like laughing about was like the good guys are actually the bad guys, and now we're all finding out that, oh no, it's all just fucking made up. Juice,
No, there's
you
a
know what I
lot
mean?
of
Like it's all they're giving people injections to have superpowers.
there's a lot
Correct?
of shit.
But
in
if you
this
think about
season.
it, it's a reflection of life because so basically Vought manufactured these superheroes
Right.
and those superheroes become the celebrities. Like
Right.
they are the most famous people. And that's what a lot of these companies do. They
Ooh, shit, you're
manufacture
talking about, like steroids, artificial fucking enhancers.
not
No,
just
like, talking about,
steroids,
like,
but also
celebrities, like-
manufacture from a
Like
young
Disney.
age, like what Disney does. Disney manufactures these kids to become, you know,
Superstars.
Zac Efrons and all these, you
Right.
know, and they become A-list celebrities.
Hillary
and-
Duff.
you
Not
know.
Hillary.
Hillary.
Well, yeah, because they are able to get them in for a bunch of different experiences at a young age to cultivate, like you're saying. And when they get to the point, they can benefit. They make all their money triple fold. From
And
it.
what's funny is that what happens when they all get older? They become pieces of shit. They become pieces of shit. They become drug addicts.
You know, they've already done everything. They've already seen it. But the fact is, they haven't actually lived life. They lived an older life sooner. You know, like a lot of the kids, they lived an older life sooner, and then they get to the point where it's like, I have nothing else to live for. Let me go and fucking do drugs. Let me ruin my life. Fuck people. Right? The guy ran through the fucking somebody's girlfriend.
Yeah.
which is by far one of the worst, I think, deaths I've seen in a long time. The fact that he swallowed her tooth.
That's why I would never want super speed. Like everyone talks about, oh, I would love to be the Flash, bro. How many obstacles are in your way right now? I got a table and I got you and that glass window.
It's the bugs that
I
you got to
can't-
worry about.
The bugs, bro.
Yeah, man.
Especially here in Florida.
Yeah, it's the bugs that you got to worry about. Like, there's a lot of things that goes into like being a super. That I love the fact that my whole thought was that if you're a super, that means you automatically have super strength. And they basically explained that in this season because there was one point where Huey punched A-Train in the face, and A-Train felt that shit. He was like, "How the fuck did you do that? How the fuck did he do that?" And he was talking to the electric girl, and she was like, "How the fuck did he do that?" And then he just got sidetracked by something else. But it was like, oh, okay, so if you're a superhero, you automatically have like super strength, super all this other shit.
So Huey's a superhero.
Huey. So they make a temporary version of the
24 hour, yeah.
Antidote that only lasts for like 24 hours. Now everyone does get like basic like heightened strength and all of that, but you do get a specific power. His is he can teleport.
Cool.
Naked.
Fuck.
Because he likes to run
Naked.
away.
Of course, Huey has that.
So he teleports, but you got to think realistically. If you could teleport, your clothes should not be able to teleport. It should
Right.
just be you. So every time he teleports, he ends up naked, butt naked.
Butt naked, dog.
I get it. Yeah,
you
it makes
know.
sense. That's
And then Butcher takes it.
And he has
And
everything.
He has pretty much like Homelander's
Yeah.
Right.
superpower. Like he can't fly, but he does have the heat vision.
Yeah, the
and all
heat
that
vision
shit.
and all that shit. Like you saw him going at Homelander with the heat vision shit, and they were like toe to toe kind of shit. But the thing about that episode when they were fighting Homelander is that I'm thinking that Homelander should never have known how to fight.
Never been taught.
Not that he's never been taught, but he's never
been challenged.
yeah he's never been challenged before. This dude has been on easy.
Well, but that's
playing
why he's
life on
scared.
easy.
So Butcher, Huey, and Soldier Boy, who's supposed to be like a reiteration of Captain America.
Okay.
They call him Soldier Boy. They all three gang up on Homelander. That would have
Not
been
one
funny,
reference,
bro.
bro.
That would
Not
have been
one fucking
funny.
reference,
You-
Probably because he wanted to fucking get money from it.
Yeah.
And he's like, it would be funny if he saw that and he's like, Soldier Boy? What is that? It's like, but they gang up on Homelander, beat the shit out of him. He panics and actually like escapes, like flies off, and then like he actually has like a bruise for the first time, and they someone looks at him and they're like, yo, do you have makeup on? Like, are you hiding a bruise? And he's like, oh shit, like yeah.
That's
For the
funny.
first time he's actually like spooked and he's
Yeah.
like, fuck.
Well, I'm sure that must have been very vindicating for the Butcher, since the man basically.
Nah,
took his
dude, he
wife
had a
and
chance
shit.
to take his ass out.
But you have to watch this season because there's an episode called Herogasm. And it's basically like, what if all these soups had a giant fucking orgy? What would that look
They
like?
do it once a year.
They do it.
They
Like,
do it
it's
once
like
a year.
hedonism. It's
Fucking
basically
hilarious.
hedonism.
They do it once a year, and it's thrown by the Wonder Twins, pseudo Wonder Twins. They throw the event.
Wow.
Yeah, they gotta hold each other's hands so they can do like a laser blast, and it was just watch it, bro, because they haven't done it in so long,
Like-
and then they try to do it again.
Like, really think, what if the Justice League had a fucking orgy? What would that look
Yeah.
like? And it's like, that's what this episode is.
Like, poor Superwoman and poor. How many Superwomen?
there's no
are there?
Superwoman.
Well, put
no.
it like this: Aquaman. Would he want to fuck a woman, or would he want to fuck an octopus?
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. See, those questions get answered.
That's hilarious. No
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. If you had the power, to freeze things, would you make a
That's
frozen dildo?
crazy.
You
Yeah.
know,
That's
like-
fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
They do that.
Yeah, the whole thing, man. The whole the show.
The writers are funny.
The show gets crazy. I mean, it starts off as crazy, and then it just continues to go. There's certain people who are saying that they're not gonna watch the show anymore because, like, they're just not comfortable with their with themselves. That in the first episode, you haven't even seen the first one, huh?
Mm.
Okay, I'm not gonna tell you. You just gotta watch it.
No, tell me.
If you can get well, the first episode they what you call it, like there's a guy who could shrink and he shrunk himself down into he went inside somebody's dick, and then he sneezed, and then he grew up like he just
And he
blew up,
exploded the guy.
exploded the guy.
It was basically a play off of that theory of like, why doesn't Ant-Man go into Thanos' asshole?
Yeah,
And they basically
his
do it,
shoulder.
but they go through the dick hole instead.
yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
man.
so that happened, and what you call it when
I'm
they
glad they got that on film.
when they filmed that when they filmed that whole scene, that dick was practical, meaning like they actually had to build a 2-story penis head for the guy to walk in and like touch on the inside and shit like that. They had
That's
to,
how he turned the guy on. Was that
That is
he ran
like,
his
he
fingers like
ran
along
his
the
fingers through the
walls.
inside.
That
So
is
like
fucking hilarious.
that's how he did it,
man.
and it's
he
fucking
sneezed.
and he sneezed and then boom.
Well, because he was getting close to the fucking
Dude, that's so funny.
like to the rectum, and he was just like, oh god, it smells, and then
and he
Bam.
sneezed and boom, just fucking just did that shit. But the
Guy
thing
blew up.
is, like, that scene has thrown a lot of people off because they were like, nah, man, I'm not into that. But I'm like, yo, if you get past that
but
point,
it was funny that was the limit
Yeah.
for people. Like, really, that was your limit? Like,
And then, like, also, that is a fucking fetish.
yeah.
Like,
that is. Everything is a
I've,
fetish.
I've seen the fetish thing where they put the metal rod or whatever down
Yeah.
the urethra of your penis. So that's what that guy was doing.
Yeah.
And then he sneezed and
You telling me if you
Fucked up,
could
man.
shrink, if you
Oh,
can shrink,
shit.
not even shrink, if there was like a 50-foot woman that you wouldn't do anything, you wouldn't get that kind of creative.
And I didn't think he
you
was
would
gonna
have
go
to.
through the
You would have to
urethra.
get that kind of
I didn't think he was gonna go because the guy told him, he goes, I want you inside me. And he goes, okay. That's when I started thinking, oh, they're gonna do the Thanos thing. But then he goes in through the urethra, and I was like, oh, I was not expecting that. I was not
And
expecting.
he blew up, and you just saw the guy on the bed dead like that. It's a nasty scene, man.
I imagine that.
And then the craziest thing is that Frenchie went in there and he saw that whole shit, and he saw the guy who did it covered in blood, naked. Dog, the guy tried to do the same thing to him so he can kill him. So Frenchie was trying to fight this guy off of him, like, and just thinking about what Frenchie is going through, like, get away from me. It's
Bro,
scary, bro.
imagine something shrinking down and it's coming at you and you can't see it. You're
And
just
you,
like,
bro, you see the dude just running like that, just running, and Frenchie's like, ah, he's like, oh, he's on my leg, he's trying to climb. Bro, it is fucking terrifying, though. Just thinking about that shit, it's like, oh my gosh.
That is terrifying. I couldn't imagine trying to fight somebody. That's so funny. And of course it's Frenchie, man.
Yeah, Frenchie
Of course
tried
it's
to.
him.
Frenchie was in there, and
He gets in the
what's her
weirdest
name?
fucking situations, man.
this has also been the most psychedelic episode too, because a lot of crazy, like weird off the wall there's a musical number in one of the episodes in the hospital. This last episode, it turns
Taking
into
a
an
note from the
animation.
Umbrella Academy.
But Black Noir story is also like, oh, this is pretty interesting too, because it's all about like how basically Soldier Boy was Homelander back in the 60s, 70s, 80s. He was Homelander of the past, like how he used to bully people and shit like that. That's what Soldier Boy used to do. But the way that, but Soldier Boy doesn't. I don't think he punches as hard as Homelander does. Or maybe he was holding back his punches. Because if he did all that,
Homelander is supposed to be an upgraded version of Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
They basically reveal, he's like, no, we made another weapon that's even more powerful.
yeah,
And it's like an upgraded, and he even mentions, he goes, the upgrade is he can fly. Like,
Yeah.
Imagine Soldier Boy, but Soldier Boy can fly. That's Homelander, basically.
bro, I that show is so fucking good. And the fact that sometimes when I'm driving, I think about that whole thing about the scene where he was in the plane and he was like, no, I can't save all these people because I need something to lift off from. So I can't say. And bro, it runs back in my mind, like, could he have saved all those people? Because I'm thinking that he could have. Because he couldn't lift off from, but he could have like flown and then came around to the plane underneath it and then just
It adds so much realistic logic
Yeah.
to all these superheroes.